Hello children, welcome back. Let me start quadratic equations, the part 2. I have already taught you, about the nature of roots, and now we'll learn how to factorize a quadratic equation or how to solve a quadratic equation using formula method. Now, for this, again, let us consider the standard quadratic equation form, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Now, if you have to solve this using the formula method, all these days you have solved by all the grouping, taking out common, then you had your product sum method or splitting the middle term and product sum method, then you had the difference of square method and all those methods. Now there are certain equations in which none of these methods will be applicable. So such equations, in general, any quadratic equation can be solved using this formula. Okay, so the formula you have to remember, the x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So this is the formula that you have to remember. You have to simply by heart. So this will give you the roots of the quadratic equation, where as usual b is the coefficient of x, a is the coefficient of x square, c is the constant term, a again coefficient of x square. So this is the equation formula you have to remember. Now once I solve and show you, you will understand better. So let us do the first question from exercise 5c. Solve using the formula. That will be the question in this type of question. As I told you, this comes mostly in section A, or you can say always in section A. The nature of roots question sometimes comes in section A, sometimes comes in section B, but using the formula question usually comes in section A only. But again, with board papers, nothing is fixed, nothing is constant, they keep changing. Okay, now let us learn to solve using formula method. Okay, this is our question 1 in this part. So the equation under this first equation, x square minus 6x is equal to 27. Okay, so first we have, whenever an equation is given, if it is not in the standard format, that is this format, ax square plus bx plus c, then you have to first write it in this standard format. So this implies x square minus 6x minus 27 is equal to 0. Now this is in the standard format. Now here a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 6 and c is equal to minus 27, right? So now let us substitute in the formula. X is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Now if you substitute, we will get x is equal to, again let me remind you, writing the formula is not compulsory. Straight away you can substitute the correct values in the correct formula, but now since it is new, keep writing the formula every time so that you will remember it well. Okay, so now let us substitute the value. What is b? Minus 6, but we have minus b, so minus of b itself is minus 6, right? Minus, in place of b you have to write minus 6 plus or minus square root of, what is b square? Minus 6 whole square minus 4 into what is A? 1. And what is C? Minus 27, right? So, upon 2 into what is A? 1. So, this is called correct substitution in the correct formula. There will be 1 mark for writing this step, right? Now, you have substituted the values. Now, we'll have to simplify. Now, implies x is equal to, this is minus into minus, plus 6 plus or minus. Now, let us simplify inside the square root. This is minus 6 whole square, so becomes 36. Minus into minus becomes plus. Now 27 into 4. 4 sevens are 28. 2 carried over. 4 twos are 8 and 2 10. Right? Now upon you have 2 into 1, that is 2. So implies x is equal to 6 plus or minus, let us add 8 plus 6 14, 1 carried over, 3 plus 1 4, 1 upon 2, right? So this is equal to, this implies x is equal to 6 plus or minus square root of 144 is 12, right, upon 2. So the values of x are 1 with plus, 1 with minus. So x is equal to 6 plus 12 upon 2, or x is equal to 6 minus 12 upon 2, right? So implies x is equal to 12 plus 6 18 upon 2, and here x is equal to minus 6 upon 2, right? So implies x is equal to 18 upon 2 is 9, and here x is equal to minus 3. So therefore the solution set, we represent it as SS, is equal to, put curly brackets, 9 comma minus 3. So this is the answer. You can write solution set, or you can also write x is equal to 9 minus 3, or both you need not write. Okay, either solution set is equal to 9 minus 3 or x is equal to 9 minus 3, answer highlight. Okay, is that understood? Let us do one more example, then it will be more easy to you. Okay, so question 2, same thing, solve using formula, or we will not write the question and again. I have already written the question. So solve using formula, that is the common question. Now the given equation is x square minus 10x plus 21 is equal to 0, right? So we have, what is A? Coefficient of x square 1. What is B? Coefficient of x minus 10. And what is C? 21. Now this part is also optional. You may write, or simply directly you can substitute in the formula. This I am still writing because it is still new to you, so it will be clear to you, that is why. But for you, writing this step is optional. Okay. So now the formula, again I am writing the formula. Let me remind you, writing the formula is not compulsory, but we will write till you become perfect in the formula. So x is equal to minus b, x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So this is the formula. Now let us substitute. X is equal to, in place of b it is minus 10. So minus of minus 10. Are you following this? B itself is minus 10. Already minus sign is there in the formula. So that is why minus of minus 10 plus or minus square root of b is minus 10, so b square will be minus 10 square minus 4 into a is 1 and c is 21 upon 2a. 2 into a is 1, right? We have substituted. So for this step definitely you have marks. This step is called correct substitution in the correct formula. So that we have finished. So in the next step it becomes x is equal to minus into minus plus, plus or minus square root of the minus 10 square is 100 minus 4 into 21 becomes 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8 whole upon 2, right? So implies x is equal to 10 plus or minus square root of 10 minus 4, 6, 9 minus 8, 1 whole upon 2, right? So this implies x is equal to 10 plus or minus square root of 16 is 4, square root of 16 4 upon 2. So the values of x are 2, implies x is equal to 10 plus 4 upon 2 and x is equal to 10 minus 4 upon 2. Okay, you are following, one with plus, one with minus. So implies x is equal to, this is 14 upon 2 and x is equal to 6 upon 2. So implies x is equal to 7 and 3. Okay, so this is the answer for this question. Is that clear? Or as I told you, you can write also, or you may write it as solution set is equal to 7 comma 3. This is one way of writing. Both you need not write, right? Okay, let us proceed to the next question. That is the third question. Now, till now your square roots, under the square root you are getting perfect squares. Now if you don't get a number which is a perfect square, so you will have to find out the square root either by division method or by using log tables. Now using log tables I will teach you when we meet personally, when we have a class after this crisis is over. So now I will show you finding the square root of a non-perfect square number using division method. Okay, so please pay attention. So now the third question says solve using formula x square plus 6x minus 10 is equal to 0, right? Now here a is again 1, b is 6, c is minus 10, right? Okay, now let us write the formula. X is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a, right? So let us substitute the values. So x is equal to minus b is 6 plus or b is 6 here. There is no minus here, right? So minus 6 plus or minus square root of b square means 6 square minus 4 into a is 1 and c is minus 10. Okay. Now here you can't write, you can multiply orally and but you are not supposed to write minus 40 or you can multiply orally though, because this step, as I told you, correct substitution in the correct formula, so this step carries 1 mark. So you have to substitute in the same format as the formula, you have to substitute the values. Okay, so we have substituted the values. Now we will simplify. So this implies x is equal to minus 6 plus or minus 6 square is 36, minus into minus becomes plus, 4 tens are 40 upon 2, right? So implies x is equal to minus 6 plus or minus square root of 6, 4 plus 3, 7 upon 2, right? Now square root of 76, which is, we have to find out what is the square root of 76, and then we have to substitute the values, right? So let us find out thus what is square root of 76 by division method, because 76 is not a perfect square. Okay, so for division method you have to do it on this right side, which is called calculation space. Okay, so now 76. Okay children, so now we got root of 76 as 8.77. Now so we will write x is equal to minus 6 plus or minus 8.717 upon 2. Now finding the square root by division method, which I have shown you, there are other methods which can be used to find out the square root using log tables. Okay, but that I will teach you when I meet you personally. Okay, so now, and this is also a method, this is nothing wrong, but using logarithmic tables it will be much simpler. Okay, so now you got x is equal to, that means minus 6 plus 8.77 upon 2. One is that. The other answer is x is equal to, or x is equal to minus 6 minus 8.77 upon 2. Okay, now let me tell you once again, finding out the square root up to 3 decimal places is compulsory, and final answer you have to give up rounded off to 2 decimal places. So that is why we will continue with 3 decimal places, and then in the final answer we will round it off to 2 places. So that means now x is equal to, one answer will be minus 6 plus 8.77 upon 2, and the other answer is, I am just writing it so that I can simplify, minus 6 minus 8.77 upon 2. I am writing the same thing, repeating here so that I can divide now. So x is equal to, now first you have to add. Now this is minus 6 and this is plus 8, so it will become 2.717 upon 2. Okay, and this will become minus 14, because both are minus, so minus 6 and minus 8.717 will become minus 14.717 upon 2, right? Now we will divide each one by 2. So 2 ones are 2, 2 threes are 6, then 11, 2 fives are 10, then 2 eights are 16. I simply divided by 2. Right? So 2 ones are 2, then point, then 2 threes are 6, then 1 remains, it becomes 11, so 2 fives are 10, 1 remains 17, so 2 eights are 16. Now this will become minus 2 sevens are 14 decimal, then 2 threes are 6, then 2 fives are 10, then 2 eights are 16. Now the answer is in 3 decimal places, so we have to round it off as x is equal to into 2 decimal places, up to 2 decimal places. So the last digit 8 is more than 5 or more than 5, you have to add 1. So this will become 1.36, and this will become, this is also same thing, so minus 7.36. So the solution set is equal to curly brackets 1.36 comma minus 7.36 answer. Okay, I know this division method you might have forgotten when you have learnt in standard 8. Now I will show you one more sum where you have to find out the square root of the number by division method. In fact, afterwards I find many children find easier to find the square root by division method rather than using log tables. But I will teach you log tables also, so how to use log tables to find the square root of a number. But that I can teach you only when I meet you personally. So for the time being, you will learn this by division method. It is not harmful, because ultimately after learning both the methods, what I find is most of the children find finding the square root by division method easier than using logarithmic tables. Okay, so now I'll do one more sum where you will have to find out the square root of a number by division method. Let me do that again. Solve the quadratic equation. This is our question number 4. Okay, this was question number 3. So now question number 4. Solve the quadratic equation using the formula method, and the equation is x square plus 2x minus 6 is equal to 0. Okay, so here a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2, and constant c is equal to minus 6, right? So our formula is x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a, right? So we will substitute the values in the formula. So x is equal to minus b is 2 plus or minus square root of b square becomes 2 square minus 4 into a is 1 and c is minus 6, right? Upon 2 into a, and a is 1, right? So now x is equal to minus 2 plus or minus square root of 2 square is 4, then minus into minus plus 4 6 are 24 upon 2, right? So this becomes x is equal to minus 2 plus or minus square root of 28, that is 24 plus 4, 28 upon 2. So now 28 is again not a perfect square, so we have to find out the perfect square root by division method. So let us do it on the right side, which is called your calculation space. Okay, let us find out square root of 28 by division method. So 28, 5 5s are 25. Why? Because 6 6 are 36 becomes more. So 5 5s are 25 is the only available thing. 6 6 are the next one is 6 6 are 36, which is more than 28. So 5 5s are 25. So now what will you do? 8 minus 5, 3. Okay, now you will add this last digit, that is last digit is 5 only. So it will become 10, and here you will put a decimal and bring 2 zeros. Here after putting decimal, you don't bring 1 0, you don't put 1 0, but you put 2 zeros. Okay, so now we have to find a number here which when multiplied by the same number will go either exactly or nearly about 300. So now if we put 2 here and multiply by 2, so 2 2s are 4, 2 zeros are 0, 2 1s are 2. Okay, so when you subtract, this becomes 10 minus 4, 6, 9, right? So again the last digit you will add it here, so you will get it as 104, and here already decimal is put, so you will add 2 zeros. So now we have to see what number we can put here and multiply. Let us see 9, because here it is 9, so let us try 9. So 1049 and then multiply it by 9. So you will get 9 9s are 81, 9 4s are 36, 44, 9 zeros are 0, so this 4 comes down, 9 1s are 9, so this goes in this. So 9 times, so 9 times, here also you will write 9, so when you multiply you get 9441, right? So again subtract, 10 minus 1 9, 9 minus 4 5, 5 minus 4 1. Okay, now you will have to add the 9 here. So last digit, that is 9. So plus 9. So 18, 1 carried over, 5, 0, 1. 1058. Now here already decimal is put, so you will put 2 zeros. Now you can see this, whatever number you put, you have to, it will become more. Only 1 is possible. Why? Because if you put 2, you multiply by 2, you will get something here 2, which will become more. So only 1 is possible. So put 1 here, put 1 here. So you will get 10581. Now if you don't subtract, it's okay, because we already got up to 3 places. So the square root of 28 is 5.291, this one. Okay, so x is equal to minus 2 plus or minus 5.291 upon 2, right? So now implies x is equal to, one is with plus, one is with minus. So minus 2 plus 5.291 upon 2, and the other one is x is equal to minus 2 minus 5.291 upon 2, right? So implies x is equal to, this is 5 minus 2, now 5.291 minus 2.00. So it will become 3.291 upon 2, and this will become minus 7, because minus 2 minus 5.291, so it will get added up. So minus 7.291 upon 2. Okay, so implies x is equal to, now divide, 2 ones are 2, 1 remains, decimal 12, 2 6 are 12, then 2 4s are 8, 1 remains, so 2 5s are 10. And here x is equal to minus 2 3s are 6, decimal 1 remains here, so 12 it becomes, so 2 6 are 12, then 2 4s are 8, then again 11 it becomes, 2 5s. So now up to 3 places it is there, so we have to round off the answer to 2 places. So implies x is equal to, this becomes 1.65, because the last digit is 5 or more than 5, you cancel that and add 1, and this minus 3.65. So solution set is 1.65 comma minus 3.65 answer. Okay, so let me show one more question before I proceed further. Now sometimes in the boards they ask you, instead of rounding off to 2 places, they say, this is not asked in this particular question, but I am just telling you, of late they have asked that round off give your answer up to 2 significant figures, or round off the answer up to 2 significant figures. So there is a difference between up to 2 decimal places and up to 2 significant figures. Now if the same question, if the answer has to be given in 2 significant figures. Okay, in decimals chapters you must have learned, but I don't know whether you remember or not. 2 significant figures means that the answer must have 2 significant digits. So the solution set will become, this is again 5, so you will round it off, so 1.7, and this will become minus 3.7. Okay, if it is asked round off or give your answer up to 2 significant figures, then the answer will be this. Is that very clear? And if they have asked you to give it in 2 significant figures, and if you stop it here, you will lose 1 mark. So be careful, read the question thoroughly and see whether they have asked you to round it off up to 2 decimal places or 2 significant figures. Rounding off up to 2 decimal places means after the decimal there should be 2 digits. Rounding off the answer up to 2 significant figures means the whole answer must contain only 2 significant figures. I hope it is clear. This is not asked however here, but in some board questions nowadays they are asking. Right? Now let me do one more question so that it will be very clear to you. This will be our fifth question, right? Now, the given equation, solve the following equation using formula method. But the equation is 2 upon 3x is equal to minus 1 upon 6x square minus 1 upon 3. First of all, the given equation is not in the standard format. What is our standard format? Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So first we have to bring it in that format. So in order to bring it in that format, 2 upon 3x is equal to, first we will take the LCM of these. So LCM of 6 and 3 is 6. So minus x square, and 3 goes 2 times, so 2. So now if you cross multiply, this will become 6 into 2, 12x is equal to, now 3 will multiply this side when it goes. So minus 3x square and minus 6, right? So now when you bring this side all those things, these two terms, so it will become plus 3x square plus 12x plus 6 is equal to 0. Okay. Now throughout you can cancel by 3. Can you see? 3, 12, 6. All are divisible by 3. So it will become x square plus 4x plus 2 is equal to 0. So what did we do here? Dividing by 2 throughout, right? Dividing by 2 throughout, you get this. Even if you don't write, this is okay, but I have written this for you to understand. What we did, we divided the whole thing by 2 because every number here is divisible by 3. Okay, that is why. Okay, so now this is the standard in the form of standard quadratic equation. So now here a is equal to 1, b is equal to 4 and c is equal to 2, right? So let us substitute in the formula. Again, let me write the formula for your benefit, but this is optional. Write in the formula. X is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Now, if you feel convenient writing the formula, please do write it. Okay, then the chances of making mistake will be less. Okay, so implies x is equal to, in place of b we have 4, right? So minus 4 plus or minus square root of b square will become 4 square minus 4 into a is 1, c is 2, right? Upon 2 into again a is 1. So implies x is equal to minus 4 plus or minus square root of 4 square is 16 minus 4 2s are 8 upon 2. So implies x is equal to minus 4 plus or minus square root of 16 minus 8 is 8 upon 2. Again 8 is not a perfect square, so we have to find out the square root of 8 by division method. So when there is only one number, when there is no pair, you just put a dot. Okay, so now 3 3s are 9 will become more, so 2 2s are 4. Okay, so 8 minus 4, 4. We cannot use 3 2s are 6. We have to use only squares, right? So now you will add this last digit, that is 2 here. So it becomes 4. Now there are no digits, so you have to put a decimal here and put 2 zeros. Whenever you put decimal, it will become 2 zeros you can write here. So now it is 4. So let us try whether 9 or 8. Shall we try 9 first? So 4, if you write 9, you have to multiply by 9. 9 9s are 81, 8 carried over, 9 4s are 32, 9 4s are 36 plus 8, 44, that is 441, which is more than this. So we have to try 8. So write 8 here, 8 here. 8 8s are 64, 6 carried over here. So 8 4s are 32 plus 6, 38. Right? So when you subtract 10 minus 4, 6, 9 minus 8, 1, 3 minus 3. And here you will add the last digit here, that is 8. So it will become 8 plus 8, 16, 1 carried over, 1 plus 4, 5. Right? And here already you have put the decimal, so you are entitled to put 2 zeros. So now it is already 5, so let us try with 2. So if you put 2 here, you have to multiply by 2 also and write 2 here. So 2 2s are 4, 2 6 are 12, 1 carried over, 2 5s are 10 and this one 11. Okay, so you want to try it out 3, 5, 3, 3. So 3 3s are 9, 3 6 are 18, 1 carried over, 3 5s are 15 plus 1, 16, 89, which is more. So that is why 2 only will go. So now you will add the last digit, that is 2 here. So plus 2, so it will become 5, 6, 4, and this will become 10 minus 4, 6, 9 minus 2, 7, 5 minus 1, 4. Okay, so now let us try. Now after decimal you have to put, first of all you have already put decimal, so you have to put 2 zeros. Now we have to find a number. Let us try 8. So if you put 8 here, 8 8s are, why I took 8? Because 8 5s are 40. So that will go, because 9 5s are 45, and with all the carried over numbers you may get more. So 8. So if you multiply by 8, 8 8s are 64. 6 carried over, then 8 4s are 32 and 6, 38, 3 carried over. 8 6 are 48 and 3, 51, 5 carried over. 8 5s are 40, 45. Definitely 9 will become more. Okay, so now we need not even subtract, because already we have reached up to 3 decimal places. So square root of 8 is 2.828. So now x is equal to, so implies x is equal to minus 4 plus or minus square root of 8 is 2.828. So 2.828 divided by 2. Okay, so this implies x is equal to minus 4 plus 2.828 upon 2, and another one is x is equal to minus 4 minus 2.828 upon 2. So this implies x is equal to, now here 4 minus 4 and 4 minus number is big, so you have to subtract from 4. So 4.000 minus 2.828. So when you subtract 10 minus 8 will become 2, 9 minus 2 will become 7, 9 minus 8 will become 1, and 3 minus 2 will become 1. So, and a minus sign, minus 1.172 divided by 2, and here minus 6.828, because both are minus signs, so we are simply adding. So 6.828 divided by 2. So this implies x is equal to minus, now it will be 0.25s are 10, then 2 8s are 16, 2 6 are 12, and here it will become minus 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8, 2 1s are 2, 2 4s are 8. So now if you round it off to 2 decimal places, it will become minus 0.59, because 6 is more than 5, you will cancel and add 1, and here x is equal to minus 3.41. Why? Because 4 is less than 5, so we simply ignore. Okay, and when it is 5 or more than 5, we cancel and we add 1. I hope you remember these things. So the solution set is minus 0.59 and minus 3.41 answer, right? Now I will do one more for you, and then I will give you questions for you to practice, right? So this was our question number 5, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Now I will do the 6th question and stop here, and I will give you some homework questions, right? So 6th question. This is again solve the quadratic equation using the formula. So the equation given is 1 upon 15 x square plus 5 upon 3 is equal to 2 upon 3x. Okay. So it is not in the standard format. So first we have to bring it in the standard format. So here the LCM will be 15. So x square plus 3 goes 5 times. So 25 is equal to 2 upon 3x. So now if you cross multiply, this will become 3x square, okay, plus 325s are 75, that is equal to 15 2s are 30x. When you bring this 30x this side, it becomes, implies 3x square minus 30x plus 75 is equal to 0, right? So now again throughout you can divide by 3. So this becomes x square minus 10x plus 25 is equal to 0. What did we do? Dividing by 3 throughout we did. Dividing by 3 we got this, right? So now this is the standard format, ax square plus bx plus c. So here a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 10 and c is equal to 25, right? So now let us write the formula. X is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac, okay, upon 2a, right? So x is, now let us substitute the values, implies x is equal to, b is minus 10, so minus of minus 10 plus or minus 10 square, because b is minus 10, b square minus 4 into a is 1 and c is 25, right, upon 2 into 1, because a is 1. So implies x is equal to 10 plus or minus square root of minus 10 square is 100, because minus is plus, 10 square is 100, minus 425s are 100. So under root you are getting 0. Okay. So implies x is equal to 10 plus or minus square root of 0 upon 2. This is 100 minus 100, 0. Okay. So x is equal to 10 upon 2. Okay. There is nothing, because plus or minus square root of 0 is 0. So implies x is equal to 5. So the solution set will be 5 comma 5. You have to write like this. Okay. Very simple. Okay. So now what I will suggest is you may repeat all these classwork sums on your own, and then I will give you in my next class some more questions to practice. So let me stop here. Homework is redo the same classwork sums. Homework, redo the above classwork questions. Okay children, thank you for watching. Have a nice time. Take care. God bless you.